Hello, if you enjoy this video, leave a like. If you're new here and you want to see more, subscribe. And if you want to never miss an upload, hit that notification bell. If you want to let me know something, you got something you want to comment, comments, there's a place for that. And if you want to chat with me more directly or reach out to the community, I have a community Discord, I have a Twitter, I have a Tumblr, I have an Instagram. Go over there to see what I'm doing. Without further ado, roll the intro. Before I start talking about this book, if you haven't seen the video that I did on Fantastic Four Unthinkable, go watch that before watching this, because this will include spoilers for that book. If you don't care, if you want to go into this and not have a clue what's going on, be my guest, you won't have a clue what's going on. Fantastic Four Authoritative action is very good. I love it. I love this book. It's so good. So essentially, if you don't remember what happened in the last book, Doctor Doom scarred Mr. Fantastic's face, and Franklin Richards, who is the son of Reed and Sue Richards, went mental chicken oriental after being left in hell for a while, about 3 days. And so Reed Richards ended up defeating Doctor Doom and sending him to hell. And what they do in this is they decide, right, Doctor Doom is gone. Latveria, the country that he was like the dictator over, they have no one in charge. So instead of holding an election to decide who's going to be in charge, the Fantastic Four just decide, or Reed Richards just decides, well, we're going to Latveria on holiday permanently, and we're going to rule over Latveria forever, or for as long as it takes until they're comfortable. And obviously this doesn't go well, but then we have the people who like Reed Richards, and you have the people who think they're just swapping out one dictator for another, which is basically what's happening. Like, Reed Richards is not a good guy in this book. He's literally having a midlife crisis. That's exactly what's going on. It is Reed Richards having a midlife crisis, going like, right, we need to make sure that when Doom comes back, or if Doom comes back, that he can't have his country. We need to take everything from Doom because he tried to take everything from me. Which I get, and I appreciate what they're trying to do, and it's done really well, but it doesn't make Reed Richards look like the good guy in this. And what he does later on, where he basically like forces his family to like, he essentially beats up his entire family and his best friend, keeps them locked in the castle, in the dungeon, and goes to face Doom and keep him trapped in like this cycle of events that's happened in the past, and Reed and Doom are just trapped in this cycle until the rest of the Fantastic Four just break them out and say, Reed, we're not going to let you do this. You have a family to look after. You have a son, a daughter. You're not going to be trapped in here for the rest of your life with Doctor Doom. So obviously Doctor Doom comes out as well, and he can now possess people. So he possesses Sue, who he then uses to kill a lot of people Because whilst this is all happening, Nick Fury is also trying to get the Fantastic Four out of Latveria. So he's brought the whole U.S. army to like invade Latveria and be like, no, these people need to get out, otherwise we will declare war on your country. So Sue being possessed by Doctor Doom is just like killing all of these people, and then he takes over the Human Torch, and then he takes over Ben Grimm, starts snapping like bones in Johnny's body, and then he's like, 5 seconds, you either kill me or I kill him. You have 5 seconds. And so Reed just shoots a hole through the Thing's like chest, killing him, and like killing Doctor Doom as well, seemingly. And the rest of the book is Reed. It's implied that there's a lot of time that's passed in between, in between them getting back from Latveria and then them getting back together in America. So essentially, what the latter half of the book is it's the 3 members of the Fantastic Four that are alive going to heaven to basically bring Ben Grimm back to life. And the way that they end up doing this is they go to see God. God is Jack Kirby in this, and he basically undoes the scarring on Reed's face by just grabbing a eraser and just rubbing it out, and then just redraws all the rocks onto the Thing. And some may argue that it's a cheap way out of it, but how else are they going to be out of it? And it's a nice send off to Jack Kirby, so I appreciate it. I like it, and it's a really good ending, because Jack ends up giving Reed a picture, and he's like, I'm gonna give you a gift just because I like you so much. And then he gives them a drawing of them all old, and they're all still together, and it's like, well, what did he give you? A happy ending. And that's, Jesus Christ, why is Fantastic Four so good, but they can't get a good movie? They just can't get a good movie. This is what you need to make. Anyone who works for Marvel movies, if you watch this, none of you do, but if anyone who works in Marvel that ends up watching this video, and they're going to work on the Fantastic Four movie, read the Wade run, and use this run, because it's good, and it will make for a good movie. But don't use Doctor Doom first. Do not use Doctor Doom first. That's kind of all I have to say about Fantastic Four Authoritative Action. I love the book. There's not a lot of action that goes on in the book, but I love the book because of how it's paced, and because of how well it deals with very political, but it's also very interesting to read. And there's a lot of stuff to read. There's a lot of it's very wordy, like I usually say with a lot of books, because books have words. They're all wordy. So, but this is wordy in the sense of it's a lot of political speech, and that's where a lot of people will get turned off. But this makes it interesting. somehow this is the time when Mark Waid was good at writing political comics. Now he's just a bit shit at writing political comics. Like, he had that Captain America run, and it was a bit shit. But this is really good. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. The only thing that drags it down is that it switches artists halfway through. For like the first half of the book, it's Howard Porter. Then for the second half of the book, it's the late great Mike Wieringo, who never got a good book. He never got a book that just worked for his art style, because his art style is very like Terry Dodson-esque, where it's very like bright and bombastic, and this is the only book that he got that let him do that. Like, Fantastic Four was the only book that let him be like, right, you can be bright, you can be colourful, and you can be bombastic, because the other book that he had was Spider-Man the Other, which had to do with Morlun, and was very dark. But the thing with this is he gets to draw heaven, and he gets to draw like Jack Kirby, and it is like stuff like that, which is just, I know it's not the best way to look at something, but that it's absolutely beautiful. The book is beautiful in the second half, but Howard Porter's art, I can't fucking do it. I can't do it. A lot of people like it. I don't. But the art in the second half of the book is beautiful. So yeah, 8 out of 10. Would be a 9 out of 10 if it was Mike Wieringo through the whole book. How do you get a 10 out of 10? You have to be perfect. To be honest, no book's getting a 10 out of 10 unless if it's Daredevil Born Again or Daredevil Guardian Devil. You know, I'm extremely biased to Daredevil, as you all know. But yeah, Fantastic Four Authoritative Action, would recommend. Go read it now. Go read Unthinkable, then read this. Fantastic Four, more people need to give them a shot, in my opinion, because the movies do not sell them well. But yeah, Fantastic Four has been good, will always be good. I just almost fell over. But Fantastic Four is good. They've always been good, and they will always be good. So yeah, this is Luke Does Stuff, signing off.